Hi guys, my name's James from the YouTube channel Plumberparts, and I'm here on Plumbworld's new look YouTube channel to tell you all about the showers that you could install in your house, from electric to gravity fed, the pros and cons, and the technical aspects of the installation as well. Let's have a look. This video is going to give you the pros and cons of all the different shower types we have, whether you're stuck with a particular type of shower that you don't like, maybe you don't need to keep that particular type because there are so many different options that we've got out there on the market that you can consider. But you do need a small amount of information, and that's what I'm going to give you in this video to help you make that choice. Let's start off with the basics and talk about the shower head options that you can have. So over here we've got a bar mixer shower. This one's made by Aqualisa, and we've got the options here in this bar mixer shower of a pan head, a fixed pan head over the top, and we've also got our flexible head here as well. Most people use the head for a shower, and then if my wife has her hair done or something like that and they want to wash out the rinse without having a full shower, they'll use this head here to do that. I haven't dyed my hair in a while, so so I haven't needed it for a while. You can get a fixed head outlet that comes straight out of the ceiling, or actually a fixed head out of the wall. That's this option here. So if we look at this one here, this is what we call a fixed head out of the wall. So it's fixed straight back. The water supply comes from behind the wall there and then comes out of your shower head. Often what you'll find with setups like this is a digital shower, and we'll talk about those in a sec, is that you'll also have, yet again, the handset option here that comes out of the wall just down there. For the very same reason, really. And also some people just prefer to have a shower from a head like that and not the over-the-top sort of effect you get with a fixed pan head directly above you. You're also going to find, if we're moving on to things like the electric showers that we've got here, and that with the heads, a lot of them can adjust, so you've got different types of head. That's really common now. So you can have a very small jet coming out of the middle, and then sort of a bit more of a fuller jet, and then straight over to a really full jet like that. Bit more of a sort of drenchy way of doing things. So here at Plumbworld, we're all about presenting the information to you in a clear, concise and digital way. Therefore, we're going to use a whiteboard. There we go. We're going back to the 1980s, guys. This is how it's going to be done. So the first thing you need to know, and as a plumber, what I want to know when I'm going around someone's house to do any work, is finding out what type of supply they have. That is really important. Type of supply. So in the interest of simplicity, we're going to divide up the types of supply into two main things. We've got high pressure, and you've guessed it, low pressure. You'll know if you have a low pressure system because you'll have a large tank in the loft full of water. That usually says to me when I go around someone's house, I think they've got a low pressure system. Another way you can figure out if you've got a low pressure system is turn on a tap, pop your thumb over it, and if you can stop the flow, generally that means you've got a low pressure system. If you get soaking wet, you've got a high pressure system. And believe me, we've all done that before. The main indicators of whether you've got a high pressure system is, number one, you don't have that tank in a loft. And number two, the pressure that's coming out of those taps when you turn it on are pretty much the same as the cold water pressure you get out of your kitchen tap. Generally, the cold mains pressure. The low pressure supply is really, really basic. From the perspective of what feeds the shower, we've got a hot and cold feed in low pressure. We've got the simplest version of a high pressure supply to the shower, which is just a single cold main. Good luck reading my handwriting today, everyone, especially you at the back over there. What I mean by that is we've got a cold main supply coming to the back of the shower, and that's it. The other way, we've got hot and cold from a tank. So we've got cold main, that's the one that supplies straight to the back of the shower, or we've got hot and cold supply from a tank that's at high pressure. The last one we've got is a hot and cold supply from a combi. So the typical install you're going to see in, say, houses, pretty much is going to be, you're going to find in the UK a lot of low pressure systems like that because you've got a house with a loft, therefore there's room for a tank. to make that a low pressure gravity feed. You're also going to find in some houses that you'll get hot and cold combi, and you'll know that if you've got a combi boiler, usually a big white box in the kitchen, or you'll have a hot and cold from a tank. Often it will look like this, and you'll find that in the airing cupboard, keeping your towels warm. Cold main feeds you're more likely to find in flats or in places like a granny annex. You often find them in there where you just want to supply a cold main over there and that's it. You're also going to find that cold main feeds are much more likely to be in a property where the heating for that property is just electrics. In systems like that, you're going to find a cold main feed going to the back of the shower. We know over here at Plumbworld that a lot of customers have, they struggle to sort of understand the definitions of what a power shower is, an electric shower, a bar shower, but there's lots of different things that you need to consider. And in a minute, we'll be doing the pros and cons of each one of those showers. But before we do that, let's go through each shower type so you can get a proper idea as to what each term means, how it's going to work, and whether it's going to be right for you. So for this section, we're going to take the whiteboard, and this is the great thing about technology such as this, we're going to take the whiteboard with us on a little journey down our alley of showers. Don't you just love it? A bar mixer shower can take a low pressure and high pressure supply. And remember, the clue is in the name, a bar mixer shower. I mean, I call it a bar mixer because it's in a bar shape, but the real bit you need to think of is mixer. It's called that because it's mixing a hot and a cold water supply. Next up, we've got, let's move this along, look at this, our digital shower. So a digital shower does the same thing again. We actually call it a digital mixer shower. So again, it mixes a hot and cold water supply. It can be installed on a hot and cold from the tank, a hot and cold from the combi, and it can be installed on a hot and cold low pressure system. The thing that makes it a digital mixer shower is when we looked at the bar mixer, you change how hot and cold your shower is by turning a knob and physically changing it, whereas a digital one will just send a signal to inside this box to do it in there, and that's it. Now we also have a thing called a smart shower that some people think is a digital shower, but a smart shower does very much the same thing as that, but you can control it from your phone or from an app, and we'll be talking about the pros and cons of that in a few minutes time. So this here, what we've got here, this is the AS2000SR. This is a thermostatic mixer power shower. Yes, it needs hot and a cold feed to the back of it, but it can also pump inside it and give you an increased flow. So that's what power showers do. These have to be supplied from a hot and cold feed from a low pressure system. So we're moving on to the electric shower area. Now the main thing you need to consider about electric showers is that they only have one feed in. They have a cold feed in. So what does that tell you? That tells me there's no hot feed going in, therefore they need to heat the water up directly as you're using the shower within this box here. So we've got an Aqualiza 8 kilowatt and we've got a Myra 10 kilowatt. The 8 and the 10 kilowatt relates to the power and how quick it can heat the hot water up. These can only be fed from a cold main. They cannot have a hot and cold going to the back of them, and they cannot have a low pressure going to them. The last shower we've got on here, and this is a bit of a hybrid, and these are kind of rare actually, but we've got the Triton T80SI pumped. This will only take a feed in low pressure cold, which is why I've added it there, because it's so rare. That will heat up the water inside it as it goes through, but rather than being able to take the pressure that a cold main would give it, it needs to have low pressure cold to it, and then it will pump the pressure up and heat the water, and then it will come out of the shower. So there you go. There are our showers, all of our showers, all the different types. We've got the supplies hopefully locked in now as well. You can understand the supply. Let's talk about the pros and cons of each one of these showers, and hopefully from there you'll get a really good idea as to which one suits you. And I'm going to start off with our beautiful mixer shower here. I just want to say that a lot of people seem to think that mixer showers are not the best thing there is, or they're not very good. They think electric showers are better. If you can fit a mixer shower, then definitely consider it. They're really, really good. And here's why. Here are the pros. Number one, you can have lots of configurations. You can have one with just a flexible head like this. You can have one with a pan head, just a pan head like this. You can have them with both. You can have them with the pan head coming out of the wall. You can have them with the pan head coming out of the ceiling. Okay, you get the idea. There's loads of different types. But also, if we come down here, come down low, The next thing is that they're very, very versatile. They're easy to install. They always come with these widths the same. The threads at the back are always the same. So if you need to replace one because yours has gone wrong, as a plumber, I would say just whip that out, put a new one in. It will take you not very long at all, and it's quite easy to do. The other thing is that they're very, very versatile when it comes to what type of water supply they can take. They can take high pressure, they can take low pressure. Finally, you can get an eco mode on a bar mixer shower or most mixer showers, and that's generally a sort of little stopper when you're opening the valve up to stop you going for full flow. You then press a little button in and then you can wind it fully open and get full flow. The main con is that they're often supplied from a tank, which means that if you've got everyone round for Christmas Day, there's a chance that you can run out of hot water. That's not a problem if it's being fed by a combi though, all right? Also, they're generally more expensive to install on a new build up against, say, something like an electric shower because you need a cylinder and you've got all those extra costs of installing a hot water cylinder. Also, if you've got a hot and cold low pressure feed coming to this and you haven't got quite the great pressure that you want coming out, you might need to also have the added expense of installing a shower pump. So think of those extra expenses when it comes to the cons of a bar mixer shower. Also, the shower mixer valve we've got here is a bar mixer exposed type. You can also get recessed or concealed valves. They've got a much sleeker appearance, less cluttered as well in the shower space too. It just shows how versatile mixer showers are. Let's move on to digital showers. So we've got a digital one here. This one's from Myra. They can be fed, like I said earlier on, from multiple types of supply. So therefore we can have them on hot and cold high pressure. You can have them on hot and cold low pressure as well. Another massive pro about these is you've got loads of different types of head configuration. You've got the wall mounted pan head like we've got here. You can even have one that comes straight out of the ceiling. You can have it with a flexible one as well, or just with a flexible one. And like I alluded to earlier on in the video, you can even have these divert down to a bath fill valve as well. They also have an eco setting, so if that's important, you can have it on an eco setting too. And they're just really nice. They're very sleek because the control will just sit on the wall like so. There's no exposed valve like what we've got with the bar mixer, and they just look really, really nice. They're very, very good on new build installations because you can put all the pipe work in behind the wall when you're doing that new build. And also the thermostatic quality of it. When we've got a mechanical thermostat here on the bar mixer, this is digital. It will get the temperature that you've set on here exactly spot on. Also, they'll have safety features like anti-scalding and things like that. So there's a few little extras there you get with a digital shower. The main con about them is that they're just expensive. You've got these extra features in here. That's going to come at a premium. And just talking about that, the sort of very close type of shower to this is the smart shower that you've heard about. They work in very much the same way. You've got the same physical type of installation. It's more actually the way you control it. We've still got the interface inside the shower, but now you can control it from your phone. The great pros about that are that you can have profiles. So I can say it's James's shower today. I only want it at about 29 degrees. If my wife Emily wants the shower, it's going to be at about 60 degrees because she loves a really, really hot shower. You can even set times for the shower as well. I suppose that does allude to one of the other cons you've got with digital showers and also with smart showers is the fact that if you are running off a tank, there is always the chance you could run out of hot water. So moving on to power showers that we were talking about earlier on. Power showers, the main pros about them is that if you've already got a hot and cold feed into your bath and it's gravity fed and you haven't got very good pressure out of it, a power shower is a really, really quick way to increase the pressure in that bathroom. That's what these do. They fly out water really, really quickly, and that's the main pro. They're versatile when it comes to improving the pressure of a low pressure system. They're a really cheap, quick and effective way of doing it. You can alter the flow on them as well, so you've got an eco setting for that. You've got a thermostatic setting on there as well. And they're a kind of budget way, I'd say, of improving the pressure without having to go to the thing of like putting a new tank in. The main cons about them is, well, aesthetically, they don't look brilliant, but you know, you're solving a problem, it's up to you. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But the other major con is that you're generally going to find they don't have the multiple configurations you get with a digital shower or with a bar mixer shower. You're generally going to be stuck with the shower head on a flexible hose, the old school way of doing things, so always consider that too. Right, so now we'll move on to the pros and cons of electric showers. So we've got our two electric showers here. The main pros about them is if one's gone wrong, they're really easy to replace because you've got one feed into them, you isolate the electrics, and if you change it for the same kilowattage, like an 8.5 for an 8.5, or this one here, a 10.8 for a 10.8, you are just doing a straight swap. Most people, plumbers, definitely could do this in half an hour. So, you know, you're getting a good idea there as how quick it is to replace them. There's always enough hot water, right? So the previous showers we've looked at here behind us rely on a hot water supply from a tank or from the boiler, and they rely on those systems to make sure they can deliver that water. With these, it's all in the box. They heat up the hot water using an element, much like a really powerful kettle, and that comes out straight away. They do also have an eco setting as well, so we've got low, eco and high, so that's another thing there. Now, there are cons when it comes to electric showers. Number one, I'd say aesthetically, they don't look great again. Often you'll find that you are restricted as well when it comes to configuration of the heads, although some suppliers are now coming out with configurations where you get more than just the flexible head, so I expect to see more of that in the future. They are, as I said, an electrical shower. They're heating up cold water coming in at the back at 12 degrees and coming out potentially at 60 degrees, all in the space of about that much pipe. So therefore that means they're going to use a lot of current, and that's why I keep referring to the 8.5 number, the 10.8. You can even get higher kilowattages. What I'm saying is if you're doing a replacement, you're probably going to be stuck with replacing the exact same kilowattage. If you want to upgrade the kilowattage, guess what? You've got to get an electrician in, we need to get bigger wires in, and there's quite a lot of cost with that. Another problem with having a low kilowattage one, like the 8.5 here, is that you generally have less flow. It's not as a lovely shower. You're not getting drenched like you would do under one of these showers here or under one of the high kilowattage ones. So if you've got an 8.5 kilowatt and you want to upgrade it, think about calling your electrician. And one last con is that these are being supplied from a cold water main. If you've got a high scale area, if it's really, really hard water, these will scale up inside just like your kettle does. And after a while, I mean, I've seen these fail once a year in really, really hard water areas. So then sometimes you need to think about adding either an inline scale inhibitor on the feed to the shower, which can be difficult, or installing a water softener, which fully solves the problem. But that will cost £700 or £800. And finally, we've got kind of quite a rare hybrid, really, a low pressure electric pumped shower. This is the Triton T80 SI. This is solving a problem that is really rare. But the pros about these, number one, it can be supplied from a low pressure tank. Remember what I said, if you've got that tank in your loft, that plastic tank, this can actually work on one of these. It needs a low pressure feed. It will pump the water and heat it all in one. That's a huge pro. They're really, really quick and easy for you to improve the pressure in a shower where you've only got a low pressure cold water feed. Cons about these, look at it, a little bit bulky, a little bit big. You don't have the configurations yet again. And also you've got the same issues when it comes to electric supply that we have with the electric ones, because this is heating the water in as it goes. But it's a great solution for you if you've got a bathroom that's not maybe part of the main part of a house and you've only got a low pressure cold water feed going to it. Hey presto, you can install one of these and then you've got a high pressure, lovely warm shower. Just make sure you get your electrician on the line ready for when it's installed. So, look, hopefully our lovely technical whiteboard here has taught you about types of supply, high pressure, low pressure, things like that, and how the showers that we've got here in front of you can do all of that, and why I think some are better than others. So I hope this video has helped you out today, everyone. If you need more information, go to the Plumbworld website. There's loads of really good articles about that. And also, if you've seen some of the showers here that you like, pop over to the Plumbworld website and have a look at some of the great showers that they sell. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you need any more help, comment below, hit the like button, and also hit the subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Plumbworld video. I think I'm off to have a shower. Or shall I have a bath? I might have a bath. See ya!